In the previous class, we have discussed about quadratic equations in one variable. In today's class, we will discuss the methods of solving a quadratic equation in one variable. So, what are the methods? A quadratic equation in one variable. Okay, methods of solving a quadratic equation in one variable. The methods are factorization, then completing the square, and quadratic formula. So these are the methods, main methods: factorization, completing the square, and quadratic formula. So let us start with factorization. The first method. So this is a quadratic equation in this form: x square bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the standard form of a quadratic equation, right? So this is a quadratic equation in the standard form, and we have to solve this by factorization. Now, to solve this problem, first let us find a, b and c. What is a here? It is 1. What is b? It is 5. And c is 6. A, b and c. So we got the coefficients. These are the coefficients, and this is a constant. This is a constant. So we got all three. Now, the factorization, to use the factorization method, we have to find any two numbers whose product is equal to a into c. A into c is 6. So we have to find two numbers whose product is 6 and whose summation is equal to b. Okay? First you multiply a and c, you get 6, and b is 5. So you find two numbers whose product is 6 and whose summation is 5. So what can those numbers be? If we multiply 2 into 3, then it is 6. Then 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So 2 and 3 are the two numbers we need, because if we multiply them you get 6 and you add them you get 5, right? So in factorization you find two numbers whose product is equal to AC and whose summation is equal to B. Okay? So we got 2 and 3 are the numbers. So let us solve it. So after getting the numbers, what we will do, let me write it here. A is 1, B is 5, C is 6. So the numbers are 2 and 3. These two numbers we need. So this can be written as x square. Now we will split this, the midterm. How? 2x plus 3x plus 6 equal to 0. 2 plus 3 is 5. So this can be written as, taking x common, x square, we get 2 here. X into 2, 2x. Plus 3 is common here. Take x plus 2. 3 into x, 3x, 3 into 2, 6 equal to 0. So you get this term common, x plus 2, x plus 3 equal to 0. So we get either x plus 2 equal to 0, hence either x plus 2 equal to 0, hence x is equal to minus 2, or x plus 3 is equal to 0, hence x is equal to minus 3. Hence x has two values, minus 2 and minus 3. So this is your answer. So this is how we use the factorization method. We first multiply a and c. Okay, so a and c multiplied, so whatever number we get, then we have to find two numbers so that their product is equal to a into c and their summation is equal to the midterm, that is b. Okay, the product should be equal to a into c and their summation should be equal to product sum. Product should be equal to a into c and sum should be equal to b. Okay, let us take another example. X square minus x, 6 equal to 0. Now comparing this with the standard form, we see that a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1 and c is equal to minus 6, right? Because this is the standard form, so we compare this with this equation and we get that a, b, c are 1, minus 1 and minus 6 respectively. Now a into c, we have to take the product a into c. What is a into c? It is minus 6 and b is minus 1. So we need to find two numbers whose product is minus 6 and whose sum is minus 1. So what are those numbers? We take two numbers, 3 into 2, that is 6. So either 3 or 2 should be negative, because only then it will be minus 6. Now how do we get minus 1 out of these two? What to do here? Because we have to do summation. So 3 plus 2 will be equal to minus 1 only when we put negative sign before 3, because minus 3 plus 2 is equal to minus 1, right? So the numbers are minus 3, 2 and minus 3 plus 2. Okay, so remember that. So you always have to find the product of AC, A and C, and also find the sign of the product, positive or negative. Then find the coefficient b and also find its sign, positive or negative, and accordingly you will choose the numbers. The numbers are 3 and 2, we know, but minus 3 plus into 2 is minus 6 and minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, because when we add, we have to add always. Okay, here we are adding. Minus 3 is one number and plus 2 is another number. Okay, plus 2 is another number. So minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. So the numbers are minus 3 and plus 2. So what do you get here? X square minus 3x plus 2x minus 6 equal to 0. And this can be written as x minus 3 to x minus 3 equal to 0. So this is common. X minus 3 x plus 2 equal to 0. Hence either x minus 3 is equal to 0, hence x equal to 3, or x plus 2 is equal to 0, hence x is equal to minus 2. So you get two values of x, 3 and minus 2. Okay, you always have to write like this. It has two values, two solutions. As I told you in the earlier class that we get two solutions for a quadratic equation. So we have to show both the values. X may be 3 or x may be minus, x can be minus 2, or x can be 3 or x can be minus 2. Hence you cannot skip one value, you have to write both the values like this, and this is your solution. Okay, and remember this, the sign of the product and sign of the coefficient b. Okay, remember this, you have to find two numbers whose multiplication leads to this number and whose summation leads to this number. Summation, remember that. Okay, we are adding minus 3 with plus 2, we get minus 1. So we are using 3 and 2 here. Okay. This is the second method for solving a quadratic equation, completing the square. So we have the standard form. So let us take this quadratic equation. So this is a quadratic equation in the standard form. So what we will do is, first we will make the coefficient of x square equal to 1. So for that we have to divide the term by 2. So we have to divide the whole thing by 2. So it becomes equal to 4x plus 3 equal to 0. So now the coefficient of x square is 1. Next, we have to take the coefficient of x. What is this? This is 4. Then divide it by 2. Then square it. Okay. So what we will do with that? 4x plus 4 by 2 whole square sorry, first you have to transfer this to the right hand side. Transfer the last term to right hand side, then take this step. Take the coefficient of x, divide by 2, then square it. Then x square plus 4x plus 4 by 2 whole square is minus 2 plus 4 by 2 whole square. You have to add 4 by 2 whole square to both the sides so that the equation remains constant. So this can be written as minus 3, right? 2 cancels, it remains 4x. We get this one. So this is in the form a square plus twice ab plus b square, right? And what is that equal to? X plus 4 by 2 whole square, a plus b whole square formula. And this is equal to minus 3 plus 16 by 4 is equal to minus 12 plus 16 by 4. This is equal to x plus 4 by 2 whole square is equal to how much? Plus 16 minus 12 is 4 by 4 is equal to 1. Hence, x plus 4 by 2 is square root of 1, that is 1, plus minus 1. So let us continue here. Hence, x is equal to plus minus 1. So it can be 1 minus 4 by 2, or if you take minus 1 minus 1 minus 4 by 2, which is equal to 2 minus 4 by 2, or minus 2 by 4 by 2, which is equal to minus 2 by 2, or minus 6 by 2, which is equal to minus 1 minus 3. Hence, and this is your answer. Okay, so as I have said previously, it is not that hard. Okay, what you need to do is first convert this equation like this, where the coefficient of x square is 1. Okay, then you shift the last term to right hand side, then you divide the coefficient of x by 2, then square it, then add this whole term to left hand side as well as to the right hand side. Then it becomes a perfect square like this. Okay, then you can solve for x. Okay, like this. X plus 4 by 2 is equal to plus minus 1. So you get two values of x like this. So it is easy to solve by completing the square like this. This is an example. And lastly, we have the quadratic formula. Another method to solve a quadratic equation, and in my opinion, it is the easiest one. So, what is this quadratic formula? Let us see. So, this is the standard form of a quadratic equation in one variable x. So, what are the so let us take this previous example. Okay, or this can be written simply as, okay, so this is a quadratic equation in this form. So here a is 1, B is 4 and the constant term C is 3. So we have the values of A, B and C. So the quadratic formula is very simple. The quadratic formula is that okay, x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4c by twice a. That is the formula, straightforward. B, this one is b, this one is a, this one is c, and this is twice a, twice a. Just replace the values from the equation and you get the values of x. Very straightforward, nothing complicated. If you know ABC, you can find the values of x or find the solutions of the equation quite easily. So in this case, let us find the values of x. First one is minus b. What is minus b? It is minus 4 plus minus root over b square. What is b square? 4. 4 square minus 4ac. What is ac? What is a? 1. What is c? 3 divided by 2a. 2 into a, 1. So it is minus 4 plus minus 16, 12 divided by 2. This is equal to minus 4 plus minus 4, 2. So we get minus 4 plus minus square root of 2, 4 is 2. So 2. So we get this is equal to, hence x is equal to minus 4 plus 2 by 2 or minus 4 minus 2 by 2, which is equal to minus 1 or minus 3. So x is either equal to minus 1 or minus 3. Okay, very simple, nothing complicated. Just find the values of ABC, replace the values here. Okay, put that in the formula and you get the values of x like this. You can easily find the solutions of the equation. So this is the quadratic formula. Remember this. Okay. And one more thing, that when a quadratic equation is given, it is always better to first convert it to the standard form like this. Okay. If a quadratic equation is given like this, for example, say x square plus 4x is equal to minus 3 like this, it is always better to convert it to a standard form for the quadratic formula. For application of the quadratic formula, you have to convert it to the standard form like this. So it is in standard form. Now finding a, b and c, that is easier. You can just put the values okay here and find the values of the variable.